Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss the preparation of ketones. In the last class, we discussed about preparation of aldehydes. Today, we are going to discuss preparation of ketones. Preparation of ketones. See, ketones are prepared by using different methods. We shall discuss one by one. First method, from acyl chlorides. From acyl chlorides. Preparation of ketones using acyl chlorides. Let us discuss this. See, ketones can be easily prepared. Ketones are easily prepared by treating acyl chloride with dialkyl cadmium compounds. So, what is this method? Acyl chloride treated with dialkyl cadmium, that is R2. Dialkyl cadmium means CD, dialkyl cadmium compound. So, by treating the given acyl chloride with dialkyl cadmium, we can prepare ketones, symmetrical ketones or unsymmetrical ketones. Now, how do we obtain dialkyl cadmium compound? See, dialkyl cadmium compound, I will write it here. Preparation of dialkyl cadmium compound. See, dialkyl cadmium compound, it is obtained by treating Grignard reagent. Formula of Grignard reagent RMgX. It is obtained by treating Grignard reagent with cadmium chloride. Grignard reagent, when it is treated with cadmium chloride, we can obtain dialkyl cadmium. So, product obtained, it is dialkyl cadmium, R2CD, R2, two alkyl groups are present. I will take 2 here, it is 2RMgX plus CdCl2 plus what? CdCl2, it will give what? R2CD, byproduct 2 molecules of MgXCl, 2 molecules of MgXCl. So, dialkyl cadmium, it is prepared by treating Grignard reagent with cadmium chloride. Reaction of Grignard reagent with cadmium chloride produces dialkyl cadmium. Now, we are going to treat this dialkyl cadmium with acyl chloride. So, formula of acyl chloride we know, it is R C double bond O Cl, R C double bond O Cl treated with dialkyl cadmium. Formula of dialkyl cadmium, it is R2CD, R2CD, I will take it as R dash. This one I will take it as R dash. So, product obtained, it is R C double bond O R dash, R C double bond O R dash. This is ketone, not symmetrical ketone, this is unsymmetrical ketone. R2, correct, 2 alkyl groups are present. So, here we have to take 2, it is 2, here also it is 2. The byproduct, that is CD, along with 2 atoms of chlorine, that is CdCl2, CdCl2. For example, 2 molecules of CH3 C double bond OCl. What is this? It is named as acetyl chloride. Acetyl chloride treated with, in the place of R dash, I will take CH3 twice. CH3 twice. It is dimethyl cadmium. dimethyl cadmium. Product obtained, it is 2 molecules of CH3, C double bond O, CH3 along with what? Along with cadmium chloride. CH3, C double bond O, CH3, generally or commonly it is named as acetone. What is this? Acetone, or it is dimethyl ketone. Dimethyl ketone. So this is the first method. No need to write this equation. So preparation of ketones using acyl chloride. So in this method, acyl chlorides, they are treated with dialkyl cadmium compound. Treatment of acyl chloride with dialkyl cadmium produces ketone, symmetrical or unsymmetrical ketone. See, dialkyl cadmium, it is obtained. How it is obtained? It is obtained by treating Grignard reagent with what? With cadmium chloride. Reaction of Grignard reagent with cadmium chloride produces dialkyl cadmium. This is the preparation of dialkyl cadmium compound. Don't write it in the exam. No need to write this equation in the exam, only this equation. Acyl chloride, formula of acyl chloride in the last class I told you, it is R C double bond O Cl treated with dialkyl, 2 alkyl groups, dialkyl cadmium, R2CD, or it is R dash 2CD. Upon treatment with dialkyl cadmium, we'll get what? We'll get a ketone, that is R C double bond O R dash along with cadmium chloride. For example, acetyl chloride treated with dimethyl cadmium, gives what? Gives acetone along with cadmium chloride. This is the first method. Next, second one. Second method, preparation of ketones using nitriles. Preparation of ketones using what? Using nitriles. What are nitriles? Nitriles are the organic compounds which contain CN functional group. What are nitriles? Nitriles are the organic compounds which contain CN functional group. Now what we are going to do is, we are treating nitrile with Grignard reagent. Nitriles, they are treated with Grignard reagent. Addition compound is obtained. Nucleophilic addition reaction takes place. Upon nucleophilic addition, an adduct or addition compound is obtained. This addition compound, upon hydrolysis, it is subjected to hydrolysis. Upon hydrolysis, we can obtain a ketone. We can obtain what? We can obtain a ketone. Let us repeat it. See, nitriles means organic compounds containing CN functional groups. Nitriles, they are made to react with Grignard reagent, that is RMGX. Nitrile readily reacts with Grignard reagent. So during the reaction, an addition compound is formed. This addition compound subjected to hydrolysis. Upon hydrolysis, we can get what? We can get a ketone. Now we can write the equation. Say, formula of nitrile, it is R C triple bond N. It is what? It is R C triple bond N. This is nitrile. Now this nitrile, it is made to react with what? With Grignard reagent. Formula of Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent, it is RMGX. RMGX means Grignard reagent. Reaction takes place In the presence of ether, for Grignard reagent reactions, it is very necessary to write the solvent, that is ether. Grignard reagent reactions occurs in ether medium. So nitrile reacts with Grignard reagent in the presence of ether. Now here nucleophilic addition occurs. Nucleophilic addition reaction takes place. Now what do you mean by nucleophilic addition? Nucleophilic addition means addition reaction initiated by a nucleophile. Addition reaction, if it is initiated by a nucleophile, then it is called as nucleophilic addition. Suppose if addition reaction, if it is initiated by an electrophile, then we call it as electrophilic addition. Electrophilic addition. So this is nucleophilic addition. Let us write the polarity here in nitrile as well as in Grignard reagent. See, in nitrile we know that carbon, it is what? It is less electronegative compared to nitrogen. Carbon, it is less electronegative compared to nitrogen. So electrons will be shifted towards what? Towards nitrogen. Towards what? Nitrogen. So as a result, nitrogen gains partial negative charge, carbon gains partial positive charge. So because of what? Because of the difference in electronegativity, polarity is developed on the functional group. Polarity, it is developed on the functional group, that is CN group. Carbon, because of lesser electronegativity, it will acquire positive charge delta plus. Nitrogen, because of its higher electronegativity, it gains what? It gains negative charge. Now what about Grignard reagent? See, in the case of Grignard reagent, we can see a metal, that is magnesium. Nature of metals, metals are what? Metals are electropositive. Metals are what? Electropositive. They readily lose electrons. Electronegative means tendency to accept electron. Electropositive means tendency to lose electron. So magnesium, it is a metal, readily loses the electron. Readily loses the electron. So magnesium, it is having positive charge. This carbon, it is having negative charge. Carbon, it is having what? Negative charge. Now this carbon, negatively charged carbon, acts as the nucleophile. Acts as what? Acts as the nucleophile. Now what does this nucleophile will attack? Nucleophile always attacks at the deficient, electron deficient center. So in this molecule, this is electron deficient center. So nucleophile, it attacks the positively charged carbon. Attacks what? Positively charged carbon. So once nucleophilic attack occurs here, already there was partial transfer of electron towards nitrogen. Now complete transfer of electron takes place. Complete transfer of electron takes place. Triple bond reduces to double bond. Triple bond reduces to double bond. Thereby it becomes double bond N. Delta minus becomes minus. Delta minus becomes what? Complete negative charge, that is minus. So after gaining complete negative charge, this positive part, that is MgX, it will be added to nitrogen. It will be added to nitrogen. So product formed will be, it is R, C, to the carbon nucleophile it is attacking, that is R only, double bond, it is N minus, this N minus accepts positive part. What is that positive part? MgX. MgX. Now this is addition compound. What is this? Addition compound. Now this addition compound, it is subjected to hydrolysis, that is acid hydrolysis. Acid hydrolysis. So acid hydrolysis, it is carried out by adding a dilute acid. By adding what? By adding a dilute acid. So it can be written like this. It is H3O plus, or I can write H plus bar H2O. H plus bar H2O. Okay, let us hydrolyze this compound. Hydrolysis means we are decomposing this compound by adding water molecule, by adding what? By adding water molecule. So what we want is, we need ketone. We need what? We need ketone. Formula of ketone, it is like this. It is R, C double bond O, R. Look here, R is there, carbon is there, one more alkyl group it is also there, double bond is there, O is missing, oxygen it is missing. So just you write it like this. See here I will write O, that is oxygen. H2 I will write it here. So this is H2O only. What is this? H2O. Okay. So one more molecule of water we have to write. See, nitrogen, it is electronegative. So I will write positive part of water here. So nitrogen, it is carrying negative charge. So H plus will be added here. Magnesium, it is positively charged. So OH minus will be added here. Hope you are following. See, in the first step I wrote a molecule of water like this, O and H2. This is not the mechanism. Just to write the product, we are writing it like this. So O I wrote because I want a ketone. It is R, C, R, double bond O I need. So I wrote O. H2 I wrote it on the other side, H2. One more molecule of water. Water means it is in the form of H plus and OH minus. H plus I wrote it along with nitrogen because nitrogen carries negative charge. So we have to write positive part. Magnesium, it is positively charged. So I have to write negative part, that is OH minus. Now I will write the final product. See, it is R, C, double bond O, R, correct. It is R, C, double bond O, R. Name of this compound it is, what is this? It is ketone. Byproducts formed are, this is NH2 plus H, this is NH3 plus NH3, other one that is MgOHX, MgOHX. So this is about preparation of ketones using what? Using nitriles. So how do we prepare ketones using nitriles? Nitriles, they are treated with Grignard reagent. Addition compound it is formed. This addition compound upon hydrolysis produces a ketone. Produces what? Produces a ketone. This reaction, it is nothing but nucleophilic addition reaction. Nucleophilic addition reaction. Next, third one. From benzene or substituted benzene. So by using benzene or substituted benzene, we can prepare a ketone. This reaction it is named as what? Friedel-Crafts acylation. Friedel-Crafts acylation. Now what is Friedel-Crafts acylation? Friedel-Crafts acylation for benzene can be explained like this. Benzene, when it is treated with acyl chloride, because we are carrying out acylation, so it is necessary to add acyl chloride. If it is alkylation, we can add alkyl halide. Here it is acylation. So benzene, it is treated with acyl chloride. Benzene treated with acyl chloride. Catalyst used for Friedel-Crafts reaction. What is that catalyst? Anhydrous Aluminium chloride. In the presence of anhydrous aluminium chloride, product obtained, it is what? It is a aromatic ketone. Aromatic ketone. I'll write the equation here. Benzene treated with benzene, it is treated with acylation. Acylation means it is treated with acyl chloride. Benzene treated with acyl chloride. Catalyst used for this reaction, it is anhydrous aluminium chloride. Anhydrous aluminium chloride reaction, it is carried out by adding anhydrous aluminium chloride. Acylation occurs. What is acylation? Replacing hydrogen atom of the benzene ring. Hydrogen atom of the benzene ring, it is replaced by acyl group. Hydrogen atom of the ring, it is replaced by acyl group. Now this is acyl group. It is C double bond O. It is called as acyl group. So hydrogen gets replaced by acyl group. So I'll replace this hydrogen. It is replaced by C double bond O R. C double bond O R. C double bond O, always it exists in between the carbon atoms. In between the carbon atoms, we can't write C double bond O at the terminal end. So it is C double bond O R. No need to write the byproduct. Actually, here there is hydrogen. Here we can see chlorine. So byproduct formed will be HCl. Byproduct it is what? HCl. Actually, what's happening here? Hydrogen atom of the ring gets replaced by acyl group, forming what? Forming aromatic ketone. Aromatic ketone. This reaction, it is called as what? Friedel-Crafts acylation. Friedel-Crafts acylation. Now this is about preparation of ketones. Next one, chemical properties. Chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. See, aldehydes and ketones, because of the presence of similar functional group. Aldehyde contains carbonyl group, C double bond O group as the functional group. Ketones also contain carbonyl group. So both are made up of carbonyl group. So because of the presence of similar functional group, these two molecules will undergo similar chemical reactions. They undergo similar chemical reactions. So first reaction, nucleophilic addition reactions. Nucleophilic addition reactions. This reaction, it is seen in both aldehyde as well as ketone, because both the compounds contain the polar group, that is C double bond O. I'll write it here. See, let us explain the mechanism. Mechanism of nucleophilic addition. Now, why these two aldehydes and ketones undergo nucleophilic addition, or why nucleophilic attack occurs on these two molecules, why nucleophilic attack takes place on aldehyde as well as ketone. See, aldehydes and ketones, they are made up of C double bond O. Aldehydes and ketones, they are made up of what? C double bond O. Now here in this group C double bond O, oxygen it is more electronegative compared to carbon. So electrons will be displaced like this. Electrons will be shifted to oxygen. As a result, oxygen will be carrying delta minus, partial negative charge. Carbon it is carrying partial positive charge. So upon carbon we can see partial positive charge. Upon oxygen we can see what? Partial negative charge. So this polarity it is due to difference in electronegativity. Due to what? Due to difference in electronegativity of these two atoms. So there is a polarity. In a carbonyl group there is what? There is a polarity because of difference in electronegativity. Now this carbonyl carbon can be named as electrophilic, whereas oxygen it can be named as nucleophilic because it is electron rich. Oxygen it is electron rich, so it is nucleophilic. Carbon it is electron deficient, so it is electrophilic. Because of the presence of positive charge upon carbon, presence of what? Positive charge upon carbon, nucleophilic attack takes place. So nucleophile readily attacks the carbon because of the presence of positive charge. Nucleophiles carry negative charge, so this negatively charged species readily gets attracted towards the positive center. So nucleophilic attack takes place readily. Let us write the mechanism. These two groups I will name it as A and B. Now this is polar carbonyl group, polar carbonyl group, or it is aldehyde or ketone. Now to this aldehyde or ketone there is a polarity I told you, delta plus and delta minus. To this molecule nucleophile it is attacking. So nucleophile Nu minus. Nucleophile Nu, generally we write nucleophile like this. So this nucleophile it is attacking the carbon from the direction perpendicular, to the plane of remaining hybrid orbitals. So nucleophilic attack takes place perpendicular to the plane of other hybrid orbitals. So once nucleophilic attack occurs here, nucleophilic attack means a new bond formation takes place, that is between carbon and nucleophile. What happens is electrons slowly get shifted towards oxygen. Electrons will be shifted towards oxygen. As a result, so here I have tried nucleophile Nu. This is A, this group it is B. Here I can write, because of the transfer of electron, O becomes O minus. Now geometry of this intermediate, it is in tetrahedral shape. So this compound it is called tetrahedral alkoxide intermediate. Why it is tetrahedral? Due to nucleophilic attack. See, before the nucleophilic attack, carbon it is sp2 hybridized. We can see a double bond there. So carbon it is sp2 hybridized. So due to nucleophilic attack, hybridization of carbon changes from sp2 to sp3. hybridization changes from sp2 to sp3. So since there is a sp3 hybridization, I have to write the geometry in tetrahedral form, that is tetrahedral. This is alkoxide, alkyl group along with oxygen, O minus, alkoxide intermediate. This is the first step. In the next step, this alkoxide intermediate readily abstracts H plus. H plus means proton. So proton will be present in the medium. So this alkoxide intermediate readily accepts the proton H plus from the medium, forming, this is A, this group I can take it as B. Here I have to write Nu, it is single bond, O minus accepts H plus, forming OH. Now this is the neutral, electrically neutral product. Electrically neutral product. Now what is the net result, or what has happened actually in the reaction, in the nucleophilic addition reaction? Across carbon oxygen double bond, across what? Across carbon oxygen double bond, addition of what? Addition of nucleophile and addition of H plus occurs. Nucleophilic addition means addition of nucleophile Nu minus and addition of a proton H plus across what? Across carbon and oxygen, carbon oxygen double bond. So across carbon nucleophile will be added, across oxygen H plus will be added, proton will be added. So nucleophilic addition means addition of nucleophile as well as addition of H plus across carbon oxygen double bond or across a carbonyl group. So this reaction we call it as what? Nucleophilic addition reaction. Nucleophilic addition reaction. Now let us discuss the reactivity of aldehydes and ketones towards nucleophilic addition reaction. Nucleophilic addition reaction. So if we compare aldehydes and ketones, aldehydes, they are more reactive towards nucleophilic addition compared to ketones. So aldehydes, they are more reactive than ketones compared to ketones for what? For nucleophilic addition reaction. This is due to one is steric reason, other one is electronic reason. So aldehydes are more reactive compared to ketones for what? For nucleophilic addition. It is due to steric reason as well as electronic reason. Now what is that steric reason? See, formula of aldehyde, it is like this. It is C double bond O R, again single bond H. This is aldehyde. Ketone, it is like this. C double bond O, it is R, again there is an alkyl group R. In the case of ketone, carbon atom, it is directly bonded to two bulky alkyl groups. Bulky alkyl groups, or these bulky alkyl groups hinders or it opposes the approach of nucleophile towards the carbon. Towards what? Towards the carbonyl carbon. So presence of two bulky alkyl groups, because they are also electron rich, nucleophile it is also electron rich. So once nucleophile, once it comes near the carbonyl carbon atom, repulsion takes place, because nucleophile it is carrying negative charge. Alkyl groups, they are also what? They are also electron rich species. So due to steric repulsion, due to what? Due to steric repulsion or steric reason, ketones are less reactive compared to aldehydes. In the case of aldehyde, nucleophile can readily attack the carbonyl carbon because there is only one alkyl group, only one bulkier group, that is alkyl group. Whereas in the case of ketone, presence of two bulky alkyl groups or electron rich groups, repulsion takes place between the nucleophile and bulky alkyl groups. This repulsion we call it as steric hindrance. We call it as what? Steric hindrance, or it is steric repulsion. So because of steric repulsion, nucleophilic addition takes place at what? At a slower rate, that is in ketone, whereas nucleophilic addition takes place at a faster rate in the case of aldehyde. This is the first reason. Second reason, that is electronic reason. Electronic reason. So in the case of aldehydes and ketones, carbon carries positive charge, oxygen carries what? Carries negative charge. Oxygen carries negative charge. Now here, look at this structure, ketones. Ketones contain two alkyl groups. Nature of alkyl groups, these are electron donating groups. Alkyl groups are what? Electron donating groups. So they readily donate their electrons towards what? Towards positively charged carbon. Alkyl groups readily donate their electrons towards what? Positively charged carbon. As a result, amount of positive charge, or I can say electrophilicity, amount of what? Amount of positive charge, or it is electrophilicity upon carbonyl carbon decreases, or percentage of positive charge produced upon carbonyl carbon, it is less. Since the amount of positive charge, since it is less, nucleophile will be attracted at a slower rate. At what? At a slower rate. But in the case of aldehyde, there is only one alkyl group. So electrophilicity of this carbon will not be reduced to the greater extent. So there is a positive charge. Amount of positive charge developed upon the carbon, it is more. Amount of positive charge or electrophilicity on the carbonyl carbon, it is somewhat more when it is compared with ketone. So nucleophile gets attracted towards what? Towards carbonyl carbon. As a result, nucleophilic addition takes place at a faster rate compared to ketone. So these are the two different reasons. One is steric reason, other one is electronic reason. So because of steric reasons and electronic reasons, aldehydes are more reactive towards nucleophilic addition compared to ketones. Thank you.